Good day, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for educational purpose only. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated signal. As long as you are on a sim, we're not responsible for your trade. We finished this 1,000, the first 1,000 on the Nasdaq 7, and we are going to reload, and we're gonna go for one more round on the Nasdaq on the 7 range. For the market, the ES is about to break the last resistance at 58.72, and the ES is climbing today. Our daily target, the first target is 20,557, and the second, I'm not sure about the second today, the morning session, but the 20,600 is the second one. So we'll see what happens. Wow, beautiful. Beautiful. Very good. We're already climbing on the Nasdaq 6,800 and on the CL 2,520. Remember, target 1, 20,556. Beautiful takeoff. Re-entry on the Nasdaq 20,454. The market is extremely fast. Be careful when you enter the market. We had one winning trade, one losing trade, and the entry on the Nasdaq is 20,457. Be careful, it's a very fast market. Let's look at the CL. ES, the target is 58.93. Once we cross the projection 58.80, we climb into the 58.92. Taking another short. Let's look at the CL. The CL institutional target is 71.85. 7185. The second target 7242. The second target, and it's between the two yellow lines. So we are on 7185 profit taking and profit taking on 7240. Be careful with the Nasdaq. The re-entry is right there, 20,458. Let's see if this support 20,477 will hold. Close position, hold. I'm gonna hold the trade. I'm gonna hold the trades a little bit to see if this one is going to sink to 20,454. The ES trying to break the last bridge, 58.80. The trade taken long. And then we look at the ES. If the ES can cross the 58.80, Nasdaq is gonna go immediately hit 20,556. Be careful. Keep your eye on the ES crossing this projection. 58.80 is very important. Very important to keep going with the NASDAQ. If he crosses it, NASDAQ is flying. On the swing trading, NASDAQ is up 7,500, ES 1,700, and the CL is sinking after taking a profit. We need to see this ES crossing the 58.80. You have a little star under the bar indicating there's a good potential going higher. It did not, the ES did not cross that 58.80. Let's look at the CL. The CL hit the target 171.86, and you can see how the market took a profit when it hit with a reversal, and this is the re-entry 71.04, and is going to climb again to the 7184. For the CL, don't expect too much. Start getting weak, and we have the buyers equal to the seller, the market analyzer sinking to red, and it is a start. It's not much beef to go above 71.85 at this moment, so you have to be careful with the CL. Heavy support on 7101. This is the re-entry 7107, and this is really, there is a lot of support below the 7102, so you gotta be careful not to take short at this moment. It's too early to call it short on the CL. It's going to hit the target again. Maybe we are going to the 7185 one more time, but there is no short trade and there is not much long at this moment on the CL, so you gotta be careful how you're taking your trade, or maybe you need to hold your trade a little bit to see if the CL will get adjusted, so you have to be very careful with the CL. It's running out of steam. ES, we have a short signal. Couldn't break this projection, so we have a sell signal and we have a short signal, and it's coming directly to the 58.72 as a re-entry. You have to be careful. We're still struggling plus and minus. We're still struggling between minus and plus on the trades. Very small trades. Scalping the NASDAQ is very small trades. It's not even. You can see how it's taking those trades. Small scalping. Not much going on. 40, 30, 50, it's not much. It's not much. The re-entry point on the NASDAQ is 20,407.2. This is the re-entry long on the NASDAQ. So okay, broke even. It's coming here. It's not gonna go farther at this moment. You see, there is nothing, $20, $30 on every trade, scalping the NASDAQ, and there's not much going on. Here's your re-entry right there, 20,473. We're still with the range 550, 560 on the trades. There's not much going on the scalping. The swing trading is right now, the swing trading, it dropped 1,000, so now we are on 6,600. Not much going on actually at this moment. Look at the re-entry on the ES. It's right there, exactly where we called it, 58.72. We're coming to the re-entry on the NASDAQ. You don't have a short, be careful. Don't allow your auto trade to take short. We're not your financial advisor. We're just sharing what we are looking at. So it's up to you to do whatever you want. We're not your financial advisor. Is it tricky today? I have to admit. The NASDAQ is coming to, if the NASDAQ could break where my crosser at 20,474, this means all the long trades are finished. Be careful. Be careful. Today is not a day to fall asleep. You need to keep your eye on the market like a hawk. You can see where the NASDAQ exactly at my crosser right there. This is the key for the NASDAQ to go long or short. Exactly where is my crosser. You see? I didn't move my crosser. You can see where the NASDAQ got stuck, exactly at this level here. And the NASDAQ is going between, it is a big fight between long and short. Right there, exactly where is my crosser, you see? To the tick, you see? And look what happening, it's regaining. So that's why when you are using stupid ATRs, momentum, and all this garbage, by this time you are short and there is no short. And asking yourself why you're not making money in the market. Here it is. So, regained, exactly where is my crosser. And now, it's recovering. And start taking off again. For the NASDAQ traders, there is no hope for you to go long at this moment. You can see it's blinking. There is buyers trying to push this market up, but there is a very thick wall on the 58.78 on the ES. Which this is exactly what happened. People don't get it. When you see there is a fight between ES and NASDAQ, and they are not moving in sequence. When you are auto trading, you are in trouble. Every time when the ES, NASDAQ are not going in sequence, you should not be auto trading if you don't know how to trade. Question is, and it's supposed to the auto trade figure out everything? No, he cannot figure out that NASDAQ is not in sequence with the ES or vice versa. No, Not everything the auto trade can figure out for you. Any auto trade. So we were on 550 average on the second round, and we dropped to 300. We were on 550 and we dropped to 300. And as you see, the NASDAQ is extremely fast, and now we are 480, and the market is really I mean, if you're not paying attention to this market movement, you are really severely in trouble already. So let's see what happened. Let's look at the CL condition. Also, welcome to trading. There is no such a thing called silver bullet. On the market analyzer, there is 5 auto trades, and ES is into the buy signal, and it's down 18 ticks. The NASDAQ is on a buy signal, up 342 ticks. You know, so when you open NinjaTrader and you see this market is not in sequence, you need to hold your horse, auto trading, until you see those two working together. When they are working against each other, it will develop volatility. And when there is volatility, there is no profit. Remember that. Now, we are scalping the NASDAQ. It is made for volatility, and despite it's made for volatility, we are on the average 500 for half an hour right now, plus minus 100, 200, and it keep making money and breaking even, and the trades are so small that even it's not even worth it to auto trade scalping at this moment. And the only thing left on those 3 charts is the NASDAQ. It is 6,800. Previously was a little over 7.5, and now it is 6.4. And the NASDAQ is trying again where I had my crosser. This is the re-entry point right there. I'm not gonna move it. And you gotta keep your eye on that number on the chart, because if we break down those double support, you should not allow your auto trade to take any more long trade. It's gonna drop and sink to the next level, 20,429. So be careful. You keep your eye on that number, 20,483, as a re-entry. This number here, anything above that number is long, anything below that number is short. The problem is we have a double support area in here. So when it sinks below that number, it might hold on those 2 lines. So you gotta be careful. And it is coming again, trying to retest it. This number, you can see it, look. It's trying to retest it again. It's trying to break it. And this is a re-entry long. Below that number, it is the double support. So in order for us to take short, if you are a, God forbid if we say this, but if you are a manual trader, the only good short trade is right there. Below that line is 20,468. Below that line, you can take a short. Above that line, it is at a very high risk place where you should not be messing with it. You should not be messing with it if you are out of a trade. You should not be messing with it if you are out of a trade. You have to be careful. The auto trade scalping, we still with the average 440, and it's not really, it's just going in a circle. It's not making any sense to keep auto trading and going in the circle between 4 and 500. And if we look at the Nasdaq, came in right on that line again as a re-entry, trying to climb to the target one, which is around 11 o'clock plus minus 5 or 10 minutes. The target is 20,557 institutional number. The problem is the ES is not responding with the Nasdaq, and is having a problem with the resistance line in there, so it's not working in sequence with the Nasdaq, and that is making the Nasdaq keep pulling back. The problem is when you are auto trading with a trailing stop and stop loss, that can cause a lot of damage to your account, because every time you're auto trade, even if you're auto trade taking the right direction to this, the market is keep pulling back and stops you out, preventing you making money. And as I said, this one time a guy, he just gave me the magic word. Isn't the auto trade supposed to do everything? No, auto trades cannot do everything for you. You know, you cannot be blind and trading. You cannot, or auto trading. You cannot be totally blind. We need to have a little knowledge. We're still going in the circle on the scalping. We are 390 and we're still going in the circle on the scalping. It's just not doing anything. It's not, you know. The ES wants to drop, the ES wants to drop, and the Nasdaq is trying to hang on the last threat. It is 20,490. It's trying to hang on his gain and staying on the 20,490, and the ES sinking like a ship. You can see we had a short trade signal, we have a sell signal, coming from the projection. This is another sell signal. It is automatic, comes on your chart, and it is sinking all the way to the 58.67, prevent making a problem when you are auto trading the Nasdaq. And here it is. The Nasdaq refusing to die, is trying to hang on above the 20,489, and the ES want to sink. In those situations, it is, now we took one small trade, we gained like, I don't know, $20-30 on it, and now it's taking a short on this trade. And if the Nasdaq sink in here, then we have a lot of money coming on that trade. If the ES not sinking below that line here, then this trade is going to go south. Has nothing to do with the auto trade. It's just calculating that it's going to be short, and the Nasdaq, if it's sinking below that number, we are in a very good big pile of money. And here it is closed again. You know, 470. It's not doing anything, just little here and little there. So you can see it keep hammering that number here. You see that? It keep hammering the same number. If we look at the Nasdaq strengths, momentum, if the whole thing here, if we look the buyers over the sellers with the 6 different time frame, from 1 to 30 minutes is very strong. From 1 to 30 minutes is very strong. And if we look at the EOS, the seller a little bit over the buyers, and it is in red. We don't need to go through a lot of details, but it is in red. And then here is the scalping is taking short trade. Okay, here it is, another $20, $30 is nothing. Let's look at the CL. The CL come into the support at 70.81, and the short is 71.46. This one is finished. Close the trade on the CL. It's in the wrong direction. And again, the Nasdaq is staying. Okay, now start losing. That's it. Now we're going south with the Nasdaq. Let's see if it's gonna close below that number. Well, finally the ES managed to drag the Nasdaq with him. This one is finished. It's over. Close position. Close position is over. Take it out. It's a very messy day. Oh boy. It's going to start rolling. Let's see what happened here at 20,476. We're still 355, 355. We're not moving forward with any profit. Welcome to trading. We stay in between 300 and 500. Now we took a short. All what we need to catch one trend and call it off for today. Okay, now we are up to 560. It's an extremely fast reaction on the auto trade, extreme fast reaction on it. We are up to 600. It's trying to chase the market non-stop, and you can see how the trades, they are $20, $30, $40. Those are not the good trades. I mean, we need the market to move. There is nothing we can do. The market losing ground. It is finished. Wow, that's a huge drop. We are back to 430. We were 600 and we are back to 430. I mean, on a day like this, I prefer to call it off and wait or come back in the afternoon. Look how small the trades are. Very small trades. But this is scalping. Why is amazing still going long? There is no short on the ES. Now we are up to 720. There is no short on the ES. Be careful, guys, because this is the support area, 58.69. There is a lot of sellers here trying. If when you see the chart blinking, this means there is a lot of sellers trying to push this market down. But you have a very hard wall here called support. It's not going to be a piece of cake breaking that support here. And the Nasdaq is coming to, you know, when you see a lot of lines, you say, what the hell, how I'm going to trade this? This is just indicating stay the hell out. Just stay away. That's it. Stay away from, when you see the lines, there is too many lines under the price. Stay away. So the ES is gonna hold on 58.69. Be careful to go short with this. Be careful. Really tricky day today. They're pushing it. They're trying to break that one here. You can see it. It's blinking here, indicating they're trying to push it below that line here, 58.69. You can see where the ES are really struggling, 58.69. Let's see. It's back up again. You see? Jesus. I mean, the chart already gave us all the signals. I mean, it told us to go short on the Nasdaq from 20,512. The ES gave us two short signals, one at 58.80 and one on 58.76. Actually, those signals, they are extremely good with Bitcoin and Ethereum. I mean, I use a daily chart, and I don't use 60 minutes or anything like that. I use a daily chart, and those they predict very much the Bitcoin direction, and but Bitcoin cannot be day trading. If you have a daily chart for an investment, yes, I mean, like, hold your Bitcoin for quite a while is okay. We're still around the 600 figure. We're still around 605, and we've been going in the circle between 600 for almost 30 minutes right now, and usually between 10 and 11 should be a couple rounds, but not today, but the market is full of surprises. Now we're 635, and here's the high risk area right there. Is we have a re-entry on the Nasdaq 20,492, and this is where really the question is right there. If we are going to maintain below the 20,492, this is the key between short and long on your chart. So this is really interesting. It looked like the Nasdaq came into the double support and is trying to break it right now. Came in right at the double support and now is trying to break it. And the ES just recovered from where we said 58.69, and now everything is changing directions again. I mean, how are you gonna explain all this to a new trader? I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, let's see what happened in the next couple of minutes. if the ES break that projection 58.79, we can go higher. If it's not, then this trade is going to be close. So it's all depend on the ES, what he's doing. 58.79, if he breaks it, that will be very good. And if he's not, then we are in trouble. It's sinking again. Okay. That's a lot of circle today around the trades, and we say thank you very much for today, and we got up to 800 on the scalping. We couldn't get any more on the scalping, 810, and it did a good job for a volatility day like this. We wish you the best, and please be careful for the rest of the day. Bye for now.